Let me start. I want to do this one take. Good?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Kevin here. It's June 29th. We're at American University, one of our best clients. We're filming some alumni board interviews, but I want to make just a quick 3-minute video on the intangibles that you pay when you hire a creative professional, especially in the video world. Because whether you pay low scale, high scale, there's things that you want to look for aside from just what kind of gear they have, how they shoot, and what type of edit they can provide to you. So let me walk you through a couple that I'm picking up on when I'm working here. So walk into the room, conference room. I immediately took a picture of the way this room looks so we can make sure we set it up exactly the way it looks when we arrive, just basically like a crime scene. You want to make it look like we're not even here. Other things that I did is I wrote on the board our 3 different interviews, and you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it here, Dan, when you're filming, we put right justified, but a couple things that I'm thinking about. So we're doing about 7 of these interviews over the last 2 months. We want to kind of mix up left justified, right justified, the different backgrounds. That way we're getting a different look for the edit. Other things that I'm thinking about that are completely intangible. So I always want to make sure we have a couple bottles of water, not for us, but for the interviewer and the guests that we have as well. That way, in case they get a little parched or they need some water, maybe they get dry mouth from being nervous on camera. The other thing, I always like to keep some breath mints and some candy, again, for them. It doesn't also help if Dan and I have some fresh breath. But the other couple key things that I noticed, immediately when I walked in, aside from taking a picture of the room, is this friggin' pesky clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock. That's gonna pick up on our audio regardless of how quiet we are in here. So unfortunately that comes down. Take this out. Again, this is something that we're gonna put back up. Some other things. So even though we're set up reverse, we were filming this way earlier. Sarah, who was doing the interviews, her reflection and her jewelry was actually the reflection of that pillar behind me. So I made sure we had to stop in the halfway through the interview and we moved her and restarted over again. Some other things, there was orange chairs. I don't know if you can see them in the reflections. They were in the background. We took them all the way back and put them behind that office there because we didn't want distractions there. I'm trying to think of other things. Let me actually show you this. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. This is where the next interview is gonna sit. I wanna make sure that when they walk in, there's nothing they can trip on. They have a clear shot right to here. Then when we get going, Dan and I can move everything that we need to right here. And one other little thing, all the videographers out there, I'm sure you know this and you do this, but just even putting a weighted book bag or backpack on there, this helps from potentially this falling over. Those are the intangible things that a really good creative professional videographer are gonna think about. And when you work with them, this should be things that you don't have to worry about or even think about. And when Dan and I leave here, the last one's here, we're gonna put this room back at the way it was, and they're not gonna get any emails or complaints that the room wasn't set back up. So hope this helps, and this is what you should be looking for when you're hiring a client, as well as if you are a videographer, things to take in mind.